Alright, so what are my thoughts about this book about nothing? The book about absolutely nothing. What is there to say? How could I review this book? Good question.
Hey,
Anybody there? Thought I heard someone say, hey.
hey,
Anybody there? Anybody called me out or something?
hey, excuse me, sir.
You talking to me?
Yeah, my name is Daquisha. I had a question, sir.
Uh, yeah, what's your question?
You're a doctor, right?
Uh, yeah, sure. Yeah, as a matter of fact, yeah, I am a doctor. Call me Dr. Gio.
Alright, uh, what's the difference between a solar power generator and a gas generator?
Oh, that's actually an excellent question. Very good question. But the real question is, are you ready for the answer? That's the real question. Are you ready for the answer? Because once you get the answer, there's no turning back. Nuh-uh. There's no turning back. um, what up, everybody? I know the dramatic introduction right there to the video. I don't know. I thought, why not make it interesting? Why not make the video a little bit different than the other ones? I don't know. Anyway, so that's pretty much what I'm gonna be going over today. I'm gonna be going over the differences between a solar power generator and a gas generator. And I'm also gonna say the pros and cons of each one. For people that are living off grid and the same living lifestyle as me, maybe you could give some ideas or just get a good piece of information to have with you. All right, so what are the differences? The differences is is self-explanatory with the names of the generators themselves. One is gas powered, which could also be propane powered, or it could be dual fuel, which is both gas and propane powered. And then the other one's just solar powered, which could also have other sources of different ways of recharging it other than the solar panels itself. It could also be plugged into an AC wall outlet, or with the car charger, and different ways of charging it. So those are the differences. Now, as for other differences that they have is that with the gas generator, one of the cons is that it has to be held outside. The portable gas generator has to be held outside because it releases fumes, which are carbon monoxide. Those fumes are fatal. It's like it's a silent kill. It could silently kill people if a generator is it's active and it's emitting fumes because you have it held inside an RV or a vehicle or whatever. It's enclosed in an enclosed space. Those fumes, it doesn't even have an odor, so you're not gonna smell it. But those fumes are there, even if you don't see it and if you don't smell it, the fumes still exist. It's still releasing fumes, and when you're breathing in those fumes, it's it's just toxic. It's toxic, and within 2 to 3 minutes, you could die. You could die from breathing in those fumes. So that one has to be held outside. It can't be in an enclosed space. You can't have it inside your camper. That's the reason why the RVs with their built-in generators are enclosed separately outside of the RV. with their own compartment and is enclosed, for that reason alone, because of the fumes. So if you buy a portable generator, uh, it's gonna be the same thing. It has to be set outside. So that's a big con from the gas and propane generators. Also, the gas and propane generators, they're loud. They're very loud. So the moment that you turn them on, it's gonna be constantly making a loud noise. Anywhere, if you get a one that's quieter, I guess it could be anywhere on average like 64 decibels. Um, but usually it's a little bit louder than that. The ones that are more quiet, that are gas powered or propane powered, are the ones that have an inverter. Um, the ones that are just gas generators, those are the loudest. But yeah, like I said, the ones that have an inverter, the inverter makes it quieter. But even then, you could still hear it, you know. So yeah, that's the thing about gas generators and propane generators. With the solar power ones, is different. There's a big benefit to the solar power ones because they don't emit fumes. Because you're not putting any gas in it, so it's not gonna release any fumes, any carbon monoxide. So since it doesn't do that, that means that you could have it inside your camper, your vehicle, or whatever enclosed space. You could have it inside, and you don't have to worry about the toxic fumes. So it's not gonna be deadly. You have that. You don't have that worry with you. On the other hand, with the contrary, the gas powered and propane generators, you got to keep them outside, and having them outside is it's a risk itself too, because especially if you're in the street, because you don't know, people could try to steal it from you, and you're not keeping an eye out because you're inside your RV or whatever. People could try to steal from you, especially if when you're gone. You got to go to work, you got to run errands, whatever. You leave the RV, your vehicle, and you leave the generator outside. People are gonna try to steal it. They're gonna try to take advantage and try to take it. So you're definitely gonna have to have a setup, some sort of chain to lock it up. But even then, they could try to do something with it. It just attracts unwanted attention. So if you're gonna have a generator, you got to make sure that you got to invest in having a setup for it. You got to have something to enclose it, and to be able to hold it and have it stabilized, locked up, secure, to the point where it's not gonna be taken away easily. And also, so it could be not on the ground either, not on the sidewalk, because then that becomes like a nuisance to people. The people that are walking in the street, and that's when you get problems, and they're gonna try to report you and everything. So the best setup to have is to have it like maybe in the back of your RV, like in a little like a hitch carrier, a cargo carrier type of thing. Have it set right there, and then on top of that, have it enclosed and locked up, secured. That way it's not it's not like on the street, or it's not on the sidewalk either. It's just lifted up and still attached to your camper, your vehicle. And yeah, so but of course that comes with modifications and investments that you got to do. So it makes it a little bit more complicated. And yeah, and with the solar power generator, you could just bring it inside with you, so you're always keeping an eye out, and you always know where it's at. And it's just easy to turn off and turn on, and you don't got to worry about it emitting carbon monoxide, and you don't got to worry about noise. It's completely silent. It doesn't make any noise. It's like you don't even know that it's turned on. That's what it sounds like. There is no sound. It's like you press a button, and like mine's the Duracell solar generator that I have, it just makes the little noise for 1 second long. When I turn it on, when I press the button, and then it's silent after that, and it doesn't make any noise at all after that. My other solar generator, the Blue Eddy, is the same thing. That one I just press a button. That one makes no noise at all. Like, yeah, that one's just completely quiet. So so yeah, that's a huge benefit, a huge plus, and yeah, but obviously, with the con with the solar generator would be it requires solar panels, of course, to be able to recharge it. So you gotta install solar panels. You gotta know how to install them. But once you have it set up and everything, which is not really hard, once you connect the solar panels and everything, the problem would be, I guess, the problem would be on a day where there's not sun exposure. Because what then? Like on a cloudy, foggy day that's just gloomy and cloudy, and there's really no sun exposure, or maybe it's raining, maybe during a storm or something like that, and there's just no sun exposure. What then? How are you gonna get electricity? Um, well, like my devices, my solar generators, they have other ways to recharge it. Like I said, I could plug it into a wall outlet. Um, but it does become more complicated. By then I would need like a vehicle to transport my generators, which are, well, not heavy for me, but I mean, it could be heavy, what, 65 pounds each. So I had to put it inside my vehicle, and then transport them to maybe like a library or some sort of outdoor setting where I could plug in my generators without calling much attention. And if they allow me to charge these, big ass things, just so they could get energized, and I could use it, I could do that. That's an alternative option. But but honestly, in my experience, I remember I've gone through foggy days, and I was expecting to not get any electricity at all, or I was expecting it to get very slowly, which that was the case. I did get, because on a really good day, my solar generator gets the max, which is it's supposed to top out at 700 watts of solar power that my generator could receive, the Blue Eddy. But I see it going up to like 730, 750 at times, so it goes above 700. And then just on average days it gets like 550. I think that's the average wattage that it gets. And but on a foggy day, there's been several foggy days, where it's just really cloudy and there's not that much sun exposure. And even then, it did get like 80 watts, 80 to 120 watts of solar power. And there was like, I couldn't even see the sun. It was just gloomy. And but it still got it, and it was still recharging, and it still got a good battery percentage. It went from like, I don't know, like 8% up to like 47 or something. That was still plenty of juice, so I could use the electricity for the night, for the day, and everything. So it still gets electricity regardless, at least in my experience, and it's still good. So that's all I could say with that. With the benefit with the gas power one or the propane one, is that those, as soon as the power gets drained because it doesn't have no more gas, it's, you never have to worry about it not having electricity to supply it, because if it runs out, all you gotta do is just go to the local gas station, any gas station, to go get gas and refuel it. So that's a huge benefit with the gas powered and propane ones. That you could always have access to electricity because there's always access to gas. So that's the convenience of having that. you know. Um, but all in all, I would say that the best dinner, at least in my personal experience, I've had both. Right now, I don't have the gas one. Otherwise, I'd be showing examples. Um, I'd say the best experience would be to have both. But if I had to choose one, which I did right now towards the end, right now, I just have solar generators. I got two of them, and they're both solar powered. I don't have no. I no longer have a gas generator. I did, but I don't anymore. Right now, I just have solar generators. So if I had to choose just one, it would be, yeah, my solar generators. Those are the ones that have been benefiting me the most by far, because, like I said, it's really low key. It's very stealth like. I could just bring them in, which I do. I have both of them inside, so I never had to worry about them being stolen. I keep an eye on them because obviously they're inside, and I never have to move them. They're portable, but they're set pretty much. My solar generator right there, it's currently on. Then my other solar generator over there, the Blue Eddy. It's facing the opposite direction. Like all the outlets are on the other side. But yeah, that's my Blue Eddy solar generator, and that's my Duracell one. And yeah, they're all just set right there, and I never move them. The the solar connections going to the roof, they're already getting powered every day. As soon as it hits like 6 in the morning, they start recharging on their own every day, and they're pretty much set. They're good. I get electricity every day, and no noise. It's just silent, both of them, and so I don't have to worry about bothering neighbors or bothering people around. There's no noise coming from them at all, and they're not emitting any toxic and deadly fumes or anything, so I don't got to worry about that either. So it's a win-win in so many different ways. um but yeah, uh I still would like to have a gas generator just in case in the future if I need it. Like, well, pretty much we're approaching winter time, December, and I'm gonna see what happens then. um because it's gonna be cold, and the sun's not really gonna be out like that, and I'm gonna see how the solar panels work during that time. And I think that's when you really would want, that's my thought process, it's logical. That's when you would really want a gas propane dual fuel type of generator, because yeah, because the lack of sun exposure. So it's still good to have both. If you could have both, definitely get both of them. Just make sure that you have a setup for your gas or propane generator, like in the back of your RV, like on top of a hitch, and properly secured. And that's just a suggestion, a recommendation. You don't have to do it like that, but I mean, that's how I would do it. Just so it won't get taken away. Because you'd be surprised, even ones that look ugly, all rusty and destroyed and just old with spider webs and everything. You'd think that nobody would want to take those away, but people will still take them. They know what they can do. And so yeah, that's what I would do. I still plan to get a gas generator in the future. The one that I had was a good generator. I had the new one just when it released. I had what was it called? The Predator generator, the Predator Super Quiet Inverter generator, which was the newest one. The latest one that they had was a 5,000 watt one, and it came with the wireless control too, a wireless remote control. The controller could turn on the generator and turn it off wirelessly via the control. You didn't have to physically touch the button to power on the generator, which I thought that was awesome. So I'm like, all right, well, man, that's next level right there. That changes the whole game on the dual fuel generators, the gas powered generators, because that means that I could set my generator in the back on the hitch, on the cargo hitch, just have it there, and then when I wake up, I don't have to, like, get dressed and everything, and get all fixed up, and then just so I could step outside and and just press the button on the generator so it could power on my RV. Like, nah, I'll just wake up and then just hit the remote, and it turns on the generator, and then I got electricity, so I'm good to go. So that's a definite game changer right there. But I never got to use it though. I had it for months, brand new, and I never got to use it towards the end. I ended up selling it. I had to sell it, and yeah, and then that's when I got the solar generators afterwards later on. Um, but yeah, if I had to, like I said, um, just choose one, it will be the solar generators. They're just more, has more benefits. Definitely, absolutely has more benefits, and I haven't really had any problems with them. You know, ever since I've been having just these alone, I haven't really had any issues with access to power. You know, even on, like I said, in cloudy, foggy days, they're still good. So yeah, that's awesome. Um, there was something else that I wanted to cover. I'm trying to remember right now. Okay, so if you have an RV and for whatever reason your RV, maybe it lacks a generator, a built-in generator, or it just doesn't work. So you got to get a portable generator. You got to make sure that the generator that you're gonna get. Well, first of all, I recommend if you're gonna get a gas powered one or a propane one or a dual fuel that has both the gas and propane. If you get one of those, you got to make sure. I would suggest that you get one with an inverter because it's gonna be quieter, you know, than just one that's just a generator. Try to get one that has a built-in inverter that's gonna lower down the decibels. Um, and then not only that, but also make sure that it actually has the RV outlet. You know, because a lot of the generators don't have that. They have a bunch of outlets, but they don't have the RV one. And the RV outlet is a huge one. It's a three-prong one, and it's huge. It's not like the regular. It's not like those regular outlets. No, it's a huge one. So when you go to your RV, if you find a plug and then you try to connect it, obviously it's not gonna fit in those little things. So it's not gonna you're not gonna be able to connect your RV to it. You know, so yeah, so you gotta make sure that when you get a generator that it actually has the RV outlet, and and yeah, that's pretty much it. And as long as it has that, then you're good. And a lot of the new solar power generators that they're coming out with right now, the modern ones, they're starting to make solar power generators with the RV outlet. Both of them, neither one has the RV outlet. It just has the regular outlets like the ones that I showed you right now. But they're starting to make those though, the solar power generators with the RV outlet. So yeah, look into those too. You know, those that's a game changer right there too. Um, like the one that I have, the Blue Eddy, it's a Blue Eddy AC 200p. Um, I know that there's a better one, a more modern one, more powerful one that is called the Blue Eddy AC 200 Max. And the Max, I think it's the Max. The Max has the RV plug, the RV outlet. Um, so yeah, definitely there's like I said, there's starting to be solar generators with the RV outlet. So that's cool, you know. Just make sure that it has that outlet. And other than that, you know, those are the differences, those are the pros, those are the cons. And hopefully that clarifies and helps someone out. You know, yeah, what could I say? Just real quick, it's already on. So right there, see, it's telling me that it's getting the power, the recharge from the solar panel. Right now it's at full batteries, completely charged, and right now it's telling me how much wattage it's applying. And these require like almost no power. This is the internet modem. This is my UFI surveillance camera kit, and yeah, it's not really withdrawing any, like barely any power, not enough to show on the dash right here. So yeah, that's pretty cool. A Duracell solar generator. And then I got my Blue Eddy right here. I can't turn on the flashlight. Battery's too low. As you can see, it's already pretty dark out here. It's already turning nighttime. Sun's already going down. So there's no more sun exposure, but right there it would normally tell me how much wattage it's getting from the sun. Right now it says 4 watts.
But as you can see, it's already 95% charge. So the solar generator is pretty much fully charged right now. And right here at the bottom, at the right bottom, it tells me how much power is withdrawing from the things that I have connected, which right now is 0, because I have this connected, but it's not, I'm not charging anything, so it's just connected, but it's really not charging anything. So yeah, so that's a cool thing, you know. It gives you information on that. It lets you know important information. And as you can see, as you could hear, hear the sound. You don't hear anything from both of the generators. They're just completely silent, yet they're both on and functioning. And this one's cool because it also has wireless charging for your phones. Right here it says at the top, wireless charging. So I could put 2 smartphones right here at the top, and it's gonna wirelessly charge them. So it's awesome.
So that concludes my video. Like I said, my opinion would be try to get both of them if you can. Get the gas powered one, and also get the solar power generator. And if you get a gas powered one that's dual fuel, even better, you know, because then it's gonna have the propane as well, that you could also recharge it with propane. And if you could recharge it with propane, then you could just have several tanks of propane stored in your RV, and when one runs out, you don't gotta run to the gas station and to refill. You know, you could just replace it with another tank that you already had, you know, stored, and just keep replacing them. If you have 5 tanks, then it's gonna take a while for you to take a visit at the gas station to refill. So that's cool. And yeah. So yeah, if you could get both of them, get both of them. If you had to choose just one, in my opinion, I would say the solar power ones are better, you know. But that's it. What else could I say? Hopefully this helps somebody. And yeah, if the intro was kind of weird, if it was cringe, whatever, you know, I get bored, so it is what it is. Peace.